No! That's not my dad!
Shoulder and neck massage relaxation is suitable for the use of small white hairs, ball hairs, and double cloud hairs.
They call them dumps.
Massage in the direction from top to bottom.
I suffer from extreme anxiety. I'm basically not capable of functioning in society.
I like to laugh. I like to meet people.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, this is Tim Heidecker. Welcome to Office Hours Live. It is April 11th, Thursday, 10 a.m. here on the Pacific Coast, Pacific time zone, I should say. Weather outside is quite nice. Sunshine, a little breezy, a little chilly. I'm starting the show a little low energy. We just received some heartbreaking news. I'm not sure, I guess you guys are aware, but yesterday, I believe, Wednesday, 2024, April 10th, that would be, the world lost OJ Simpson, a celebrated actor from the Naked Gun films, from the Zucker brothers, and football legend. I mean, one of the great football players of all time, Heisman Trophy winner. And we just wanted to take a minute and remember him and talk about our memories of watching OJ play on the gridiron when we were just kids and seeing him in those great Hertz rental commercials that were so popular. And then, of course, as Norberg, the partner to Frank Drebin from the Police Academy. I apologize for that.
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun. Thank you, Matt. And Naked Gun 2.5. So this news came by my radar this morning as I was looking at the news. It says, New York Times reports OJ Simpson, athlete whose trial, OJ Simpson, who ran to fame on the football field, made fortunes as a black All-American in movies, advertising, and television, and was acquitted of killing his former wife and friend in 1995. What? What the hell is that about?
What? What's the big deal? He's acquitted.
Huh. I don't know about that. So we do apparently, I guess, what he killed his, well, he doesn't say he killed, he said he was accused of, I guess, and there was a big murder trial back in the 90s.
Tim, you can't be digging up these old tweets or whatever you're looking at. And
I'm saying at the New York Times here, they say that the jury in the murder trial cleared him. Oh, that's good.
Damn.
But the case,
acquitted.
but there's a but. But the case which has held up a cracked mirror to black and white America ruined his world. Oh, that's too bad. I didn't.
True.
It's a shame. Oh, damn it. I didn't know he had that kind of baggage. Well, we still remember the great OJ. We actually got video. This just came in. We have exclusive video of his death, which we hate showing on our show. But cause of death revealed this morning. And this is sad to see a guy go out this way. A guy who's really built his reputation and his career in athletics. And children, please look away. This is pretty graphic stuff. Let's see how OJ left us yesterday. Do we have video of that?
Yeah, it's our duty. Alec, can you pull that up?
Hiya, buddy. Hey.
Look, he's seeing his old
be on my
friend.
bean and as good as new in a week. That's wonderful.
Oh, Frank.
Oh, no.
Everyone
Oh, no, wait.
like you.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God.
Damn.
No way to survive.
Jeffrey Tubin?
There's no way to survive such a thing.
The show
There you
is
go.
great.
Clearly dead. He seemed like he was already quite. Look at him, mid.
He's midair.
You knew it was over right there.
It looked like he was already pretty banged up.
That's like your riddle the other day. He's looking at a field.
Yeah, he knew he was a goner.
He knew he-
Oh dear. Doug, any thoughts on the passing of OJ Simpson?
I can't say I have any thoughts on that.
Okay.
We got the virus, and it's party time.
Well, I
do regret not doing a fake ad called OK Simpson.
Well, my thought was OJ Simpson died. Who's next? Bart Simpson?
Yeah.
What is Homer a better punchline? Folks, let me do my. Remember, I used to do a one joke. Ladies and gentlemen, OJ Simpson, accused murderer of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, passed away last night after a battle with cancer. I said, "What's next, Bart?"
Oh yeah, that's
Get the whole big band playing. Ra-dun-dun-da-da-dun-dun-da-da-da-dun. No, I think the O.J. Simpson trial of the century, they called it, Matt, riveted us as I remember this. I was 1994. I graduated high school and was home for the summer before going off to Philadelphia for college. And I mean, it's all that you could talk about, right, Matt? You were around back in those days.
I remember it. Of
Tim
course.
Apple.
And
This was the trial. This was the picture, I think. Yeah.
That's Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, that was the remake, right? That's right.
Show me the money. And it seemed clear and obvious that he
that's
had murdered his wife.
Well, Tim, the
the
sad thing
second
is
trial.
that the guy, whoever killed his wife and Rod Goldman, are still out there.
Maybe not. Maybe they
brought to
were
justice.
killed shortly after by O.J. himself in an act of revenge. No, we never got to the bottom of that, but I was reading that O.J. had written this book called If I Did It shortly after he got out as a way to make some cash. And I guess, I never read the book, but apparently it seems like a ghoulish book where he kind of imagined a scenario where if he had killed his wife and Ron Goldman, here's how he would have done it.
Oh, is that really what it's about?
I think so.
What he would have done?
But then the Goldman family sued him and acquired rights to the book and republished the book. And on the cover, it said, this title still had to remain If I Did It, but they made the if tiny, almost impossible to read. And so if you looked at it, it just said, I did it.
Wow.
But it was, I mean, there's the great ESPN documentary. And speaking of documentaries, we're going to be speaking with Lance Oppenheim today with his new documentary, Spermworld. It is Doc Month here on Office Hours as we we clear all the docs off our plate.
I'm like
Get ready for
summer.
summer.
all
In the
Yeah.
gym, I'm getting the feeling of coming at home.
Okay.
I got the merch.
And I should also add that we have a musical guest, Melinda Sullivan and Larry Goldings, who will be doing a tremendous tap dancing jazz performance that we saw in the sound check and was quite delightful. I think it's going to cheer you up for all those people who are weeping over the passing of OJ. But I remember it was then when that I don't know where you were, Matt. You must have been in high school when the verdict was read.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Vic was
On the
probably
East Coast.
in 8th grade.
I was probably seventh
Seventh
grade. Yeah, I
grade?
remember them announcing.
Doug
it
was
over the,
studying
intercom
medicine.
presently.
Doug was in med school at the time. But I was in Philadelphia at Temple University, which was where it was a very large African American.
You were?
I was a very large African American. I had some corrective surgery. No, but the population of the school is largely African American, and I'll never forget being in the cafeteria where the live broadcast of the verdict was read, and it was me and my buddy Jared and everybody else African American, and
Everybody
the place
misses, everybody
erupted in
have
joy.
fun, everybody- no-
And it was very strange. I mean, I had just moved, it was only a few months after I moved there, and it was confusing. Of course, now we can look back and remember that this was coming after the Rodney. I'm looking at you, and I haven't even introduced the guest. But I'm talking to this gang here, people watching.
And Tim, isn't African American an outdated term?
Is it?
Isn't it? Isn't it just, it's black with a capital B, I think.
I don't know that. We'll look into
No,
that. I'm happy
you gotta get woke. Come on.
Is it really?
I think it is. Yeah,
I don't think
that's what I say.
Well, look, Vic, when have you been right?
Right now.
I was trying to finish my thought, which is this was in the aftermath of the Rodney King horror, and it felt that there was this feeling of payback and revenge, regardless of whether he had done it. Of course, we are a country of laws, and the jury said he didn't do it. So what can you do? Except sue him, which he lost, and then he had to give all his money away.
Is that what happened?
I think that's what happened.
On a
Yeah.
golf course.
Then he got arrested again for selling memorabilia or like robbing
it back.
somebody of
He
memorabilia.
stole it back.
The guy was a
Vegas.
mess.
Yeah.
We'll do it live.
I'll let my wife do it.
But what relief that he's gone, because I'd have these nightmares of him coming in and hacking me to death. So we're safe from OJ. Right, Doug?
Yeah, we're safe.
I never felt too nervous about that.
I haven't really thought about him in years, to be honest.
I know. Well, everyone's talking about it, and the good news is we've gotten a jump on the late night guys. So they're gonna it's already gonna be old news by tonight when Jimmy and Seth and everybody has to assemble some bad jokes about the story. Lance, let's welcome you.
Hey.
And back up a sec. Let me welcome. Stand by. DJ Douggpound is with us, of course.
Good morning.
Let me do something controversial and turn off this system here. Okay.
It's trying to make us sweat.
More time for horn.
Victor Berger the fourth. Thank you. very
Good
much.
morning, everybody. What's sip, everybody?
What do you got in there? Little blood?
No, it's just
menstrual
water
blood
and,
from.
and I got a water enhancer. Do you know what? Ever hear these things?
There's not really a water.
I swear to God, they're called water enhancers. They come like in a little tub thing, and you squeeze it, and it goes in. It's great.
What does it do?
Gives it a little flavor.
Okay.
No calories. It's better than
It's just
water.
chemicals.
It's better. It's a little better than water.
It's just chemicals.
It's just chemicals.
More chemicals.
Yeah.
Captain Carlin is here. Were you here last week?
I was not.
That's
Wait,
right.
no, I
because-
was.
No, you were here for
I was
game
not.
night.
I was here for
Game
game night.
night. You were.
Game night was
I'm back.
available only to patrons at patreon.com/officehours live. Become a part of that community now.
This is Captain
We
Matt
had a
here.
great time. It's worth a rewatch.
We talked about the plumbing sewage incident
that
here.
was the
We
highlight.
talked about so many things. We dove into the divorced dad world of
the
Randy
Rudy
Van Warmer.
That was great stuff.
Well, now I'm addicted to that song. That song is legit great.
It's all right.
I like it.
Yeah.
No?
I don't go back to it. I don't know.
It's in my head. It's stuck in my head.
Goes like that.
We'll have a game from Doug later on, which is called Guess the Lyrics Game. I'm excited to find out. Vic's got a new guy.
Oh yeah.
And everything else. Oh, I always forget to do this, and I shouldn't be responsible for this. That should be producer Matt's job. But we like to provide a recommendation for everybody. So if you want to put that in the back of your head, it can be a movie or a TV show or a podcast or whatever. We'd like to do that at the end of the show. Okay?
No, okay.
Lance,
I'm ready. I'm ready for you.
great grandson of the inventor of the atom bomb, whose family then changed their name to protect their identity from the embarrassment of causing such trouble in this modern day world of ours. Lance Oppenheim.
Hey, thank you.
You
Thanks
dropped
for
the
Yeah, that's well. You know you're actually not protecting me from any embarrassment. You're only relitigating it for everyone to experience.
I apologize.
Thank you for doing that.
I like full transparency on my show.
It's interesting. It's the Oppenheimer movie success. You'd think could be good for my
Your brand?
my movies.
Yeah.
But it's actually it's been pretty terrible. I
You could
think.
have been in that movie. You know how Benny Safdie was in that movie? I could see you as one of those scientists with your glasses and everything.
What, is that the only thing you're trying to?
Oh, you look like
Two
a
filmmakers, two
yeah,
Jewish guys. I guess,
bookish
yeah.
looking, type,
Yeah.
very intellectual type.
I saw someone. I was I was doing an interview and I looked at the comments on this website. And they
don't
said,
ever do that.
That is one unfortunate looking guy.
Oh, come on.
And then there was another comment that said he looks like one of those Hollywood guys in the 20s. And so
well, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, Howard Lloyd.
Complimentary.
You do look like Howard Lloyd, especially with, you know Howard Lloyd?
Yeah.
Harold Lloyd.
I said Harold Lloyd.
I thought you said Howard Lloyd. Sorry.
OJ
Just
Simpson. Yeah.
So last week I got a lot of, speaking of comments, I got a lot of blowback from my audience about this documentary we talked about last week, which we still highly recommend, The Octopus Murders. We didn't understand what you're talking about, they said. This is confusing. They're not right. So we just have to dumb this down for them, okay? Got to talk about it very simply, as if we're talking to fourth graders out there in my audience, unfortunately.
I love morons.
But you have a new documentary, which is now on Hulu.
Yeah, Dulu, if you want to call it that. Disney Hulu.
Dulu
Plus.
Hulu.
Disney and Hulu. Disney Plus Hulu.
Co-produced by the folks that reported on the death of OJ Simpson, the New York Times. Is that correct?
Yeah.
In collaboration with the New York Times, the failing New York Times.
Yeah, you know, yeah. And they make the video game makers the New York Times. That's like their most profitable
I play the
apparently.
Connections game every morning, and I play the Spelling Bee, and sometimes I do Wordle. I'm very get up and I sit on the pot because that's what I get everything cleared out and play that Connections game. Where do you do your Connections game?
You get your sperm out too? While
No.
You're there?
Interesting.
No. Well, let me make this very clear to the audience so there's no confusion. Lance Oppenheim is a documentary filmmaker.
Okay.
Who has
What's
made
the documentary, Tim?
I'm getting to that. I'm trying to keep it slow for everybody so they're not getting lost.
We'll be right back.
All right, we'll be right back. So you got the New York Times, the Daily already ready to go. I'll start again. Lance Oppenheim is a documentary filmmaker who's made documentary films such as Some Kind of Heaven.
Now I'm getting excited.
About the villages in Florida, retirement community. And he's back now with a documentary called Spermworld about the underground world of, well, you explain what this documentary is about, because I don't want to get the terminology wrong.
Okay.
What is the documentary about?
Well, you were pretty close. It's the kind of DIY, unregulated sperm donation universe, which happens a lot on Facebook. So it's about people, strangers that meet on these Facebook groups. Women, hey, I'm ovulating. Is anyone available? A guy will say, I'm available. And they'll meet up and have sex, or they'll meet up in a parking lot somewhere, and the woman will wait for the man to do his business, and then he'd come and, literally and figuratively over to her, and then he'd hand over the sperm. And then so the movie kind of explores these very tenuous relationships, and then it kind of becomes something else. Because, it's kind of
Stop right there. Let's pause and if anyone out there are taking notes, let's bring in a Zoomer to see if they're clear about what this documentary is about.
Yeah.
I don't want to
How would you
get
rate
too far
the
ahead of it.
explanation?
I don't want to get too far ahead of it for people.
Lila, you're a regular. Maybe you're a good example of our audience. Are you there, Lila?
Oh, little Lila.
I'm not masturbating.
What is one thing the subjects of Lance movies have not said?
I wasn't really listening. Can you repeat that?
Excuse me now?
Oh.
I know. Wrong time. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, let's move on. If you're not paying attention, I don't have no time for you. Goodbye.
Sorry.
It's okay. You're forgiven.
That's not Lila. That's a different Lila.
There is guess
Lilas?
what, Doug? We have two Lilas in our audience. Can you believe it?
It's Jonathan Ashley. Let's check in with Jonathan
Paul
Ashley.
instead?
This guy looks like he's paying attention.
I'm gonna come on you like nobody's ever come on you before.
The hell is this shot? Well, that's Lila.
Lila.
Are you doing something with your flowers?
Jonathan, say something.
Jonathan.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
There he is.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, man.
Do you have any questions at this point, or should we move on to get in depth on this documentary?
Yes.
No, I haven't been listening.
Oh my God! What is everybody doing?
But I do have a question.
Yes.
How do you guys feel about well, I guess I don't know if it's politically correct to say anymore, but wife beaters. I'm trying on new shirts.
I don't think it's politically correct, but that's okay.
you look good. Hey, man, you look great. You look good.
What are they called?
That shirt.
Why is it called an A shirt? That's a U. I didn't know
It's an A shirt.
It's called an A shirt. Sleeveless T-shirt.
Well, I think you look tough and I'm horny for you.
I'm a little beater boy.
No, you're not. Get out of here. How dare you? This is a plague in our country with domestic abuse, and you're making light of it. And I think you're a shameful person.
I'd be a good stand-up comic, though, I guess.
I think so. I think that's clear.
Yeah.
Good for you. We look forward to seeing you at Madison Square Garden.
Or in jail, where you belong. Yeah, no, just kidding, man. Hey, nice.
Hey, we
if
don't
we
have
could,
to
if
say
we
I'm
could be
just
wearing
kidding.
that shirt, that would be, I think we all would be doing it.
That's a hot weather shirt. Where are you?
Wait, what?
That's a hot weather shirt. Where are you?
Zooms are canceled for the next year.
Wow, you're done.
Yeah.
He said what?
No, Zooms are canceled.
Well, it's because you guys never let them talk.
Well, they didn't have.
I just-
You know what we
both
need
people didn't
is
have
we
any-
need.
I asked him a question, and then you talked over him.
We need a mute button for me so that if the guest is
I'm in
talking.
Doug.
Yes.
Doug, I'm in Brooklyn.
Is it hot there?
He's inside. There's plumbing. There's heating.
It's like
All right.
60 maybe.
Goodbye.
All right. Jeez.
Goodbye. All right, let's get back to. I think everyone's clear. Matt, how's the chat handling
Who
all this
cares?
information? No,
Who cares about
of course
these
I don't
dummies?
care. That's what I'm doing here. I'm goofing on.
Who cares about these stunads?
Oof. My.
They're great. They get it, right?
Lance.
Spermworld. I think the title. Hey, and we got a hat. We got some hats.
Well, I was going
here,
to talk
you
about
know?
the hat.
my
You
hat.
just,
I'm stealing your
they're-
thunder over here.
We got the Spermworld hats. Now, was this yes or no authorized by FX? These hats.
It's no, but it's okay. I think if we wear them, it helps. I think when you're talking about a movie, you gotta be referring to something, some visual aids. I think.
Now, Lance was on our show a couple years ago to talk about Some Kind of Heaven. I think a movie that I was sent through your publicist and just loved, and I've talked about it many times how much I love that movie. And so we became pals and have shared a lot of things about each other.
Taking the hat off?
I took the hat
Okay,
off. Yeah, I don't
okay.
want to have the hat on anymore.
Oh, okay.
And one thing that I think is notable about your work is you enter into very intimate, sometimes uncomfortable situations, very vulnerable for the people you're documenting, but you also manage to do it in the most beautifully composed, cinematic way. That's like your little trick. I think that's one of your little signatures. How do you approach that with this subject and with the people you're talking to? Because I can only imagine that it takes planning and time to get that right. This is not a cinema verite film. This is like a very composed, beautiful piece of work.
Oh wow! Thank you. Thanks for saying.
Yeah, I just changed the mood.
You did. Well,
While you talk, we'll look at some of the.
Put some of the nice images over it.
Yeah, it looks like.
Is it a lot? Is it a lot of stock photography? A lot of.
No. Hey,
what's it called?
I shot that thing. You know how I accomplised that image right there?
Getty Images.
Salmon roe. Salmon.
Is this AI?
That's salmon roe.
That's salmon roe and milk and I think there's a little bit of oil and a bunch of other shit.
But even the shots
show 'em,
that are,
Alec.
I
Show
mean,
the
that's fine.
audience.
Anyone can do that. But
I noticed that too, Tim. Like the shots of just the couples talking.
Yeah.
They look incredible. Like it's a super moody like feature.
Well,
Like,
hey,
not a
thank
documentary.
you.
And how did you? Yeah.
Well, look, it goes without saying, I probably wouldn't have been able to get this movie made. You were such a big supporter of my last
please.
movie.
No one's listening.
Come
to
on,
me.
come on.
There's no evidence of that.
I actually do think there was something that happened last time I came on the podcast. It felt
The
like
needle moved?
It felt like it went like, bzz,
Folks, the needle moved. Thanks
So
to the
whatever,
Office Hours
hey,
community,
the
we moved the needle.
I should have put you guys in the special thanks. I think you actually are in the special thanks because you gave me some notes on this movie.
Of Spermworld.
Yeah, you said.
Yeah, what were my notes?
You were saying, hey man, maybe you could use a little bit more context for the dummies out there. But
Good notes.
Yeah, you know, I didn't.
always
I
thinking
didn't
about
take
my
it,
audience
so I'm sorry. No, but look,
it's a fine balance because you want to keep things mysterious, but you also don't want to like have people tune out because they don't know what's happening. It's
yeah.
like
Well, the thing with this movie was it was like, how do you just move? How do you place an audience in, you know, right there with these people who are making these decisions that are for some people very spontaneous, for other people really planned out. But inevitably, when you're in a room with a stranger and they're about to, you know, give you their semen and you don't know them, and it's a huge, maybe life-altering decision.
Yeah.
You know, how do you go about that, right?
Yeah.
And so all of these conversations are incredibly uncomfortable and awkward, and sometimes really funny, and sometimes very, you know, tender. But I mean, the way we get most of these images and everything, it requires a lot of trust and time. You know, it's like 3.5 years we spent making this movie, and then, and on the part of all the people that are in it, the you know, the participants, the subjects, they, when I come to each of them, I'm sort of, I tell them what I'm interested in. I'm interested in your story because, you know, you have 170 children and you don't have a house.
Let's talk about that for a second because out of context, that's strange. There's one of the guys that you follow. What's his name in the movie?
Ari Nagel.
Ari Nagel. This guy is a prolific sperm donor. And he's a little bit of a, I think he's he's atypical of most of the other people in the movie because there seems to be this, I don't know what you'd want to call it, but a obsession or deep.
He's almost like addicted to it.
I'm coming day and night.
Now, maybe you don't want to say that.
No, I mean, hey, you can. I think. I mean, that's sort of what the movie ends up becoming about. It's sort of, you know, it's about kind of longing and loneliness, but it's also about the motivations of these people on both sides, the men and the women, what brings them here.
Yeah.
For someone like Ari, it's not, I don't think he desires to be like a Genghis Khan type of guy. He donates his sperm for free to anyone who asks. But he ends up having relationships with all these kids. Now, a lot of people, the norm would be that you are kind of giving this away, and it's because people they can't conceive and they want their family, but they don't necessarily want a sperm donor involved. Yes.
But this is not the case with Ari.
Yeah, I mean, with him, he wants to be, you know, he has so many children now, but he sees himself really as their father, you know, so he'll show up at someone's house and he'll spend, you know, a night with them, and it's, you know, he gives it his all, and then he'll disappear for 4 years, and then he'll, you know, because he's with another child and another child and another child.
I thought it was interesting. The women in that situation, they're largely single women.
Some of them,
and they're just interested in having
some hands
a kid.
in the
Now,
back.
Vic hasn't seen the movie.
I haven't seen the movie, but Doug wants to ask a question.
That's great.
Some of these guys are. I was thinking sperm donors. They all need to be looking like Dolph Lundgren or something.
Yeah.
And, you know, one guy's like in his 60s, and it seems like any Tom, Dick, or Harry can give their sperm.
Yeah.
So do I have a shot at being a sperm donor on Facebook?
You'd be a very popular man,
I would
especially
be.
with your crowd, your audience, your comedy.
You're virile.
The work you've made, you know. No, I mean, that's the one thing that's sort of interesting about this is that sperm banks they're extremely expensive and cost prohibitive for a lot of people, right? And so the cost, I think, is one of the main reasons.
I'm going to get on Facebook tonight.
Yeah. You could literally, so that's why these Facebook groups started popping up. There's people, you know, who tried to go sort of through the traditional routes, and it didn't work. And so they looked up sperm donation. It used to be on Craigslist, but Craigslist banned it.
Yeah.
Facebook hasn't banned it. And there's these massive groups of people, you know, that are flocking and meeting one another. And
it's almost like turned into like Yelp or something too. Like there's people rating it or arguing about who's right. Like there's he was great, comments, like recommending people
recommendations.
Now,
sometimes if one guy's not available, they'll tag another person. You know.
I thought Doug was going one way with what he was about to say, but my thought was, yeah, you do question like if it's an older guy or maybe a guy with, you know, whatever condition or something. Like the old story about David Crosby donating sperm for Melissa Etheridge always seemed weird to me because of genetics. And David Crosby was like a known addict and weight issues and like it's like you'd think there'd be a very if you have that choice of who your donor is going to be, you'd think like genetics would enter into it. But and now they say like older men's sperm increases the risk of certain genetic conditions.
That's not all
right?
genetic, though. I think it's like a lot of.
I didn't say it was all.
No, I know. But like his upbringing was probably pretty rough.
That's true.
David Crosby. Well, it's interesting. It's like it's hard to scientific. I mean, I think there's a lot of stuff floating around there, but I think Steve, the guy, the 65-year-old in the movie, he's had like 7 children now, and all are very healthy.
Okay.
So you're wrong. Okay. No,
well, what do you think Ari is getting out of having that many kids? Like, what is it just the community or what?
Watch the doc.
You gotta
right?
watch
I
the
know,
doc.
Well, I don't know if that gets
I think
fully
there's
answered either.
I was like, what do you think is going on there?
Well, clearly he's
because that's not normal.
Yeah.
right. It gets into that like his mom is
Guinness Book of World Records, maybe?
he ditches his mom to like go visit it, right?
Well, I think there's
I don't
something,
wanna
you know, I
spoil
think
it.
there's a dimension to all of these people that are, you know, when we meet them in the movie and where they are in their lives, they're trying to figure out why they matter and what, you know, what purpose do they serve in other people's lives. I think Ari has just the amount of love and joy he receives from masturbating because he goes.
Right. It's not a bad way to kill the time.
There's no like post, you know, the post nut clarity thing, if that's what it is, when you masturbate and you feel terrible about yourself afterwards. Right. This is completely removed for him. Every time he masturbates, someone is congratulating him and thanking him profusely, right?
Right.
And so it's this. I think it's not just about making people happy. I do think he really does see himself as a father. But because of that, you start to see in the movie, it's like this gargantuan, this like Sisyphean task where he has to, it's like, how could you possibly be a father to 170 children? I think part of it goes back to his mother and the way, you know, he's seeking validation in a way.
His mother's a trip. Yeah, his mother's
I have a very similar relation. I love my mother. We're very close, but it's a very similar thing. It's I can't tell if it's a thing common with Jewish mothers or who knows, but my mom, you know, the way she expresses her love for me is extreme judgment and, concern, worries, you know. Yeah.
I do need to do the city of the day. Keep us on track. We're going to keep talking about this movie. And son of a bitch.
I masturbate a lot.
Oh, my last question real quick is, do you think that Ari is in danger of damaging the human gene pool with all these kids out there, that there's going to be mutations and incest happening? It has to happen.
It could happen.
It has to be a concern.
It absolutely could happen. Most, he has like mom groups, groups for his mothers, and he has all of his kids on a spreadsheet so he can keep track of where they are. They're on a list.
And how does he live? What's his? He earns.
He teaches math at a community college in
that
Brighton
can't
Beach.
keep.
But he doesn't. I mean, this is the thing you sort of learn over the course.
I
of the
guess
movie.
it's a college, so it's not underage.
He's tenured, but he has paid so much child support that he doesn't have a physical residence anymore. He can't afford it. So every night,
That's real quick. A question like, do these guys have to pay child support? Or like, what's the legality on that kind of thing?
Well, I mean, sometimes really, in terms of the legality, most of these interactions, there's no contract signed, and there's no genetic papers really given either. So it's open. So I think some people he feels have taken advantage of him by suing him for child support.
Oh, what can you imagine being in that mess?
Yeah.
I hope I'm never in any kind of mess like that where I'm getting sued.
Just wait until tonight, man. After this.
Well, you better be nice to us, or you won't be in that mess.
Yeah.
What are you threatening me with a lawsuit?
No,
I'd love to see that.
Could have him to do the penis thing.
All right, today's
City of the day.
You son of a bitch.
City of the day.
I got a target on my back now. That's great. Just what I needed, a target on my back.
I'm gonna go to OJ's lawyers. I'm gonna get those. I
think they're all dead.
Oh, are they?
I think they're all dead.
There's one guy.
Johnny Cochran's dead. F. Lee Bailey's dead. And of course, Kardashian's gone.
What about Ito?
There's a private investigator. I've spoken to him who worked and got OJ. I guess he found those audio clips that the police officers, when they were calling him the N-word and stuff and being racist towards OJ. He was able to. This guy is like you ever see Devil's Advocate?
The
he's kind
movie.
of that guy.
Yeah.
He worked with Casey Anthony. He worked with all,
Right.
But he's sort of just a gruff. He lives in Florida. Anyway,
right, well,
just
we'll look-
throwing that out there. Just
Yeah.
just a little piece of
We'll
information.
look out for him next time I'm down there. The City of the Day is sponsored by Golf Hungrin. Playing golf is a wonderful pastime, and it's a great way to kiss some rich dude's ass, but a game takes forever, and who doesn't get hungry during a round of 18 holes? Why neglect the most important hole, your mouth? Luckily, Dolph Lundgren invented Golf Hungrin. These edible, flavor-coated Swedish meatballs look exactly like golf balls, so you can snag a bite when no one is looking. You wouldn't want to bring a big sloppy sandwich or a greasy pizza to the green. That would look unprofessional, and your colleagues would be pissed off if you didn't share. These are easy to pop in your mouth when no one's looking. And don't worry, Golf Hungrin balls come in several other delicious Swedish flavors, such as pickled herring, graved salmon, and lingonberry pancakes for dessert. Each Golf Hungrin serving comes in a pack of, Doug?
4.
Just enough to satisfy your appetite and keep you on the green. Office Hours fans get a free club of moose jerky that looks exactly like a driver for those extra long games. Go to dolph.golf and use the code MOUTH at checkout or visit any participating IKEA. Hey, if there's a jingle, I'll enjoy it now.
When I'm golfing, I feel like a munchie man. So I grab some balls of golf.
All right. Incredible. And just a side note, we had a flag on the play with this ad because our artist.
Oh, that's right.
Our artist
Dan.
Dan flagged and told Doug. He said Dolph Lundgren has cancer and is not appropriate. And then we looked into it, and
Yeah, if
man's
you Google
cancer
Dolph,
free.
if you Google Dolph Lundgren, it doesn't even show up. It's like page,
You beat it a year ago. Old news.
Yeah, so we felt our conscience was clear to proceed with the goof on Dolph Lundgren. Was Dolph Lundgren Swedish?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. So what about Ivan Drago?
Well, now he's-
Ivan Drago is from the USSR.
I don't know.
Right.
But the actor
Drago is Drago.
Drago.
Yeah.
he was playing a
Displays his
Russian.
range.
I will break you.
I will break you. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
I'll
not
start
bad.
adding that to my impressions repertoire. Dolph Lundgren. I will break you. You're not so big.
Now, who won that boxing match? See, but the thing with these boxing movies is like Rocky loses.
Well, no, he
I don't
won
wanna see
eventually
that.
at the end. I'm not going
I
to
don't want
spoil
to see
it.
that.
He's the people's
He
hero.
killed
man.
Apollo Creed, goddammit, with his fist. He was the what they did was the USSR used all the technology in the world, all these machines. He's on the treadmill. He's using computers to create a superhuman. This guy was stronger than anybody they've ever seen. And then he shows up to box Apollo Creed and punches him so hard that he's killed. The actor survived. It was a stunt, of course, but Apollo himself, the character, was killed on the fucking ring. Dead. What does Rocky do? Not forgiveness. There's no forgiveness in Rocky's heart after something like that happens. He goes to Russia for revenge. He says, "No, I'm gonna fucking fight him. If I die, then so be it." Now, Rock don't have access to the computers and the treadmills, so he brings Paulie out, and they work out with logs and running through the snow and picking up big boulders and throwing it. That's how Rock trains.
That's how CrossFit started.
Yeah. Lifting up a big tree. Ah! Paulie's running behind him on a dog sled. And guess what? It was just enough to knock that son of a bitch Ruski down. And he didn't die, but he got bruised badly. Who's the city of the day, Matt?
Brandon.
Hop
in.
Hello. The city of the day is, I'm going to plug my hometown and not the place I actually live, which is North Richland Hills, Texas.
Great. Did you catch any of that stupid eclipse?
Well, he's
no,
not
because
there.
I'm in New York City.
Well, they do. You could see it in New York City, too.
Yeah, it was much cooler there. My parents had a pretty good time with it, but here it was all right. You know, the earthquake was cooler, in my opinion.
Oh, that's
yeah, I
right.
heard
You
about
guys
that
had
earthquake.
Earthquake.
Five
Which
point
part of
nine.
Texas is that? Where is that in Texas?
It's like 30 minutes from Fort Worth and 40 minutes from Dallas. It's like right in the middle, like next to the airport.
That's beautiful country.
What is that Fort Worth?
I have no love for
$100 an acre?
most of Texas.
Really?
In terms of West Texas is of course quite beautiful with the sort of New Mexico, beautiful big sky and right. But that
I've never been.
Oh.
It's too big.
You ever heard the slogan?
But that whole Dallas and that whole part of Texas, eek, it's an ugly country. Ugly. Sorry,
I
folks.
appreciate that. That's nice.
Yeah, just alienating another supporter of your work.
You're gonna live, right? You're gonna live.
It's fine. Yeah. I can show you around my hometown.
Yeah, maybe it's
We got
turned.
lots
Maybe
of,
they've planted trees
RVs.
or something. But.
What's your main economy thing there?
Oh yeah, what's your main economy thing there?
RVs, or what do you guys do? Oil?
It's probably fucking Arby's. I don't know. It's just like suburbia, you know. Like it's. I don't think there's any actual economy there. It's just the people that live there then go to Fort Worth or Dallas or wherever.
Have you been to the Texas Renaissance Festival?
No, I have not.
Nice
I-
segue. So Lance,
But yeah,
Lance
yeah.
does not.
Ren
Lance,
Fair, right?
Ren Fair, yeah.
thanks, pal.
Yeah.
We wish you all the best, and maybe I'll see you in New York when I host
Wait.
SNL next weekend. So good.
Can I Trojan horse a question?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lance, I watched Spermworld last night. That was really interesting, to say the least.
I mean, I don't like that.
Well,
I don't like the way.
what was
he's-
your letterbox score? Was it?
Well, I mean, it's a 5.
Wow. Okay,
in all
there we
honesty.
go. Hey, thank you for
Like-
watching. That's very nice.
No,
That's
because
nice of
honestly,
you.
I was watching it and I was like, I think what everyone else is thinking is like, this is like so well put together. It looks really nice, and the thing that Tim was talking about last week. Like, I hate when these documentaries are like, it's the person like sitting down and they're like, "Is everything good?"
clapper and the boom mic.
sit
coming
here.
out.
Yeah, it pisses me off. It's like what I was thinking about during that Nickelodeon documentary, and like this one just puts everything in such a nice narrative and it's more human feeling. But anyways, my question was the first guy in the movie. I think his name is Kyle or something, right?
Yes.
You don't do anything on that guy. Was he just that uninteresting?
The pounding.
It's kind of a mixture of things, but I think there was an earlier version of the movie where I was much more interested in sort of the political machinations of how these groups are moderated and stuff, because it's a bunch of these guys like Kyle who are policing certain kinds of behavior and letting in things that are not good. And anyway, for me, I just was sort of like the only thing I had shot with him that really seemed to be of interest was that scene. And it kind of, for me, the movie, to start the movie off really kind of in a shocking way, putting two people in a motel room and they're about to have sex with each other, but they've never met each other. And he's asking if she can do a handstand. And she's like, what is it? What is that? What is a handstand?
Yeah,
He's like, well, when I finish inside you, so the sperm stays inside you, then you have to orgasm. Can you do that? Can you do it? And she's just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm a human being. I'm here.
And she's like, hi, can we talk for a minute?
Can we talk? Yeah. So for me, it was sort of like I wanted to do something that, I feel like no other person in the movie gets pregnant. And that wasn't by design. That was just sort of, documentary. You don't know where things are going to go. But I kind of felt like when someone did get pregnant, I always thought that's when the story should end, and on both sides.
Yeah.
So you can capture at least like the thing that we were trying to do is capture sort of the awkwardness and the tension and the absurdity of that sort of the encounter, and then kind of let it open up and blossom into this really beautiful kind of like reverie of dream babies. You see someone accomplish the dream they set out to do, the recipient Anika. And so it kind of gives the movie this sense of like, the promise of Spermworld, that if you just sit through enough of these awkward encounters and endure that kind of conversation, or put yourself in what she calls like a horrendous one-night stand.
She said it was like a really bad date.
Yeah.
She's glad it's over.
And if
Then
everything goes
it's
well, you
still-
have some kid who won't clean their room and talks back to you and treats you like shit.
That's a good
It's
question.
for her at least. It like the experience was negated by the fact that she has this beautiful child.
Now, Lance, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So she decided to actually have intercourse with the guy instead of just getting the test tube or the cup of sperm. Why would someone choose to do the nasty instead of just
It's a beautiful thing,
getting
sex.
the cup?
Well, sometimes I mean it's like there's NI, which is called natural insemination, which is sex. AI, which is artificial insemination, which is like the dude jizzes in a cup, and then that's what's And there's like other things, PI, partial insemination, where it's like a guy gets himself to a point where he's going to climax
And then
he
inserts,
which is very, I feel like confusing for both parties.
Is there evidence? Is there scientific evidence that one is more effective than the other, or is it just?
I think most people would say that natural insemination is probably the most effective, but there's plenty of people in the groups that are also getting pregnant all the time via artificial insemination. But anyway, look, to answer your question, there was like I also just when I make these movies, I really have to. I feel like connect with the person, and we have to trust each other, and be together for a long period of time. And I don't think I really felt that with him, and I don't think he really felt that with me. I just couldn't make something that was empathetic, I feel like, with him in the film.
Yeah, it's a great entry and a little mysterious and a little I'm a little out of my element here, and I want to find out more. All right.
One other real quick question. So it opens up and you got the camera in there, and this couple comes in. They're about to do the nasty, and then like
You keep saying the nasty.
You
It's
take
disrespectful.
the whole camera crew out of there, or did you keep rolling?
Oh, you got some good footage you can show
you
us?
got some footage. Can I see those outtakes or what?
No, yeah, we it was sort of a thing where it was like, okay, this is how it's gonna go down. I'm gonna put the camera here. You guys are gonna talk to each other. I don't, until the moment when you're ready for us to leave, let us know and we'll leave the room.
Yes, but keep rolling.
If you notice, it's like the one time in the movie someone like looks back towards the camera, because I think Kyle is just so anxious to get going. Like he doesn't want to talk to her. He doesn't want to.
So horny.
He doesn't want anything. He just wants to get down to business. So he's like kind of looking at us like, come on, let's go. And she's just like, hold on a second, I'm not ready yet.
Yeah. Well, listen, let's let everybody experience that. Watch Spermworld on FX or Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Yeah, and Disney Plus.
It's not
actually
Disney
on
Plus?
Disney Plus.
Yeah, I hope my kids
No, it's
don't.
on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Yeah. You don't mind if I just grab that?
No,
and
I'm
support it?
nervous a little bit. It's like I keep seeing on Twitter. I look it up. At night, see what people saying about the movie, and I see a bunch of people who are saying, at Bob Iger, how dare you put this?
Oh
on
yes,
the
I mean
platform,
you'll
son
get
of a
the Tim
bitch,
Pool audience and Vinny. By the way, Vinny's going to come after you. All these creeps are going to go
Vincent
after.
Chase?
No, Vinny.
Oh, okay.
Vinny. What's his last name?
I don't even know.
Adrian Grenade.
No, you're talking about Entourage. I'm not talking about Entourage.
We're talking about PBD.
I sent the movie to Adrian Grenade. I found his email on the internet just to see what he'd say.
Found his email
but
on
I
the internet.
haven't heard back from him yet.
He's been
so.
pretty quiet. Maybe he's working on that
He
Aquaman
lives in
movie.
Texas. Yeah, A2.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. A3 maybe.
Yes. Let me take a breath here. Let's take a hotliner. And then, Matt, I think we're getting close to our musical guest.
Yeah, maybe we should let them get... Well, let's take a hotliner and then bring him in. Okay. Chris in Chicago with a bone to pick.
Oh!
Chris, you're on the air.
Hi, I have a bone to pick with Tim.
Yes, sir. Can I guess it?
Yes, please try to guess.
This is Impression of You. It's like, I don't understand anything that guy was saying about his movie. Was it a superhero movie or what? No. Go ahead.
No, I actually thought that movie sounded very interesting. My bone to pick is I'm calling on behalf of the bald community.
Ugh.
And
These bald people.
I wanted to say that I think you owe our community an apology.
For what? What have I've disparaged the bald community?
If this is something that happened on the show like 4 weeks ago, you're going to have to remind us.
Balding.
Well, yes, it's well noted that I have no time or patience for the bald-headed man. I think there's plenty of great options there. There's hats, there's medical procedures, there's toupees, which are looking so good that they've gotten really good at toupees now. So nobody wants to see that much skin on a man's head. You got to cover it up somehow. Wear a hat.
You can get a Spermworld hat.
There
So
you
I'll not
go.
be receiving an apology.
What's that?
So is that a denial on the apology?
I'll never apologize for the convictions of my beliefs.
I'm sorry. And I'm
Well, we will deliberate and.
I am
see what
prejudiced
happens.
against bald men. I am prejudiced. Vic, you be careful with what's going on up there.
I know.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see you lose one extra hair up there. I'll be very upset.
I glue this hat to my head.
All right, bone picked, Chris. Thanks.
Go
Yes,
choke
indeed.
on it.
Disappointing.
That's a good answer for it.
Very
I got a bone to pick. Oh yeah, go pick it and choke on it, like a dog.
Well, I'm choking. Very disappointing.
All right, take care.
I want to put some balding pills in Tim's coffee.
Nah. Or balding pills.
Balding
those
pills.
real?
I don't know.
What, like chemotherapy?
probably.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think I made a fake ad for some kind of balding product.
Some kind of balding
Remember that,
product.
Matt?
Some kind
Yeah.
of sequel.
I'm sure
More like, how about that?
There.
What?
I said some kind of balding product could be a sequel to my first film, Some Kind of Heaven.
Still have issues with
By
that
the-
title, by the way.
Yeah,
Some Kind
well,
of
hey, you're
Heaven.
not the only one, because everyone's always like, that movie Just Like Heaven, that movie Heaven Knows, I don't know, it's some kind
Doesn't
of...
stuck it. Doesn't stick in your head. Some kind of wonderful.
Hey, there's can I give a shout out? I don't know if he's here. My editor on Ren Fair, Nicholas Nasmi, was
See, now you've confused everybody. What the
Uh-oh.
Ren
Oh,
Fair
fuck.
is another documentary that is coming to HBO.
Soon.
When?
This summer.
This summer.
Early summer. You think
Now-
can I come back and we could talk about it?
We'll see. We'll see what the
The-
comments say on this episode.
The
See if
rankings, the ratings are
See how
up.
many views.
Yes, of course, we'll promote anything you make, unless this is some kind of disaster. But Eric Natornicola saw it and said it was your best work.
Wow.
He hadn't seen Spermworld though, so
Okay.
why are we listening to him?
Yeah, he's got some work to catch up on.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I made another project. I made these two movies back to back, Spermworld and Ren Fair, for the last like 3.5 years.
I hate the Ren Fair.
Yeah, well, it hates you, man. I can't tell
that's
how many
fine.
people just are making fun of you there. It's
Ugh.
all about you.
I don't like Ren. You can use this drop, guys. I don't like Ren Fairs.
Well, this is I think you'll enjoy this movie.
I'm sure I
It's
will.
a show, but it's basically like it's a succession crisis that's happening at the America's
Oh,
largest
yes.
Renaissance
That's
festival.
a good pitch to get yourself some funding.
There we go, and I did it.
Yeah.
The Safdies, Josh and Benny and Ronnie, who's not a Safdie, but Ronald
Yeah.
Bronstein, the man.
Now, are you able to get those guys on the phone anymore, or what happened there? It seems-
Sometimes, Ronald Bronstein he's if anyone hasn't seen Frownland, that's a great movie. He made that one. Anyway, we all worked on this thing together. It's going to come out soon. It's about a man named King George Coolum who's created a real life fiefdom. He has a town around the Renaissance Festival. He's the mayor of the city, and now he's 87, and he just wants to find a companion. He wants to
Right.
find someone to have sex and
you and this
be
sex.
be in love, and he doesn't want to do the fair anymore. And his proclivities towards his romantic life has been sort of complicated for the business. And so there's three people that want to take over: an actor, an elephant trainer, former elephant trainer, and a kettle corn guy, Kingpin.
Yeah.
And so
That sounds great.
there's a guy, I don't know if you know Jeff Baina, who you were in
Yes,
this
of
movie.
course.
The kettle corn Kingpin looks identical to Jeff Baina. And actually, at one point, I said to Jeff, I think can you come down here? Because if this guy doesn't
For
want to be a part of
reshoots,
it
yeah.
anymore, we can, I forget what the term is, but we could shoot you,
Oh, yeah.
the back of your head for him.
All
But we
right,
didn't
well,
do
so
it.
that's coming this summer.
But Nick Nasmi, my editor, he's a proud listener of this show. He actually contributed to one of your pun contests.
Oh, yes.
A while back.
Yes.
And
yes.
Anyway, I don't know.
Well,
if
no
he's
puns
here.
today, folks. Please, we're swimming in them.
Yeah. So I hate to interrupt, but we do want to bring our guests in, but they need a minute to set.
Yeah,
So let's
so we
take
can-
a couple hotliners.
Tim, let me just
Clear
throw
the
in real
lines.
quick that the product I had was called Spalding Gray's Balding Spray.
And we need
Thank you.
Lance to come move over to this stool.
Uh-oh.
Remember?
We got to do
That's
some shuffling.
fondly.
So guys, come on in. Leave it on Tim's shot, please.
And just if any, how are the technicals today? Because want to shout out that Alec has now moved from producer Matt's chair to Wes's chair because Wes is off in Europe.
Alec, pull up Tim's shot, please. Just leave it on Tim's shot.
Thank you, Alec.
There you go. Okay, now you can come in, and we're going to take some hotliners while we do a reset.
That's one smart Alec.
Tom in Bucks County, you are on the air.
Tom in Bucks County.
Hey, Tim. Quick recommendation, Strands. That's a good one for on Connections and Wordle. But I was wondering if you'd let me blow some... Can you guys hear me?
You said something we didn't understand what you meant. Strand?
Oh, you were talking about Wordle and Connections, and Strands is a sort of new game that I think you would enjoy.
Okay, good. We'll make a note of that. Strand. Now, what did you want to talk about?
No, I actually wanted to rant a little, or get some off my chest because you mentioned Temple University earlier, and this week was the college basketball fun, the big championship game.
Yeah.
And Dawn Staley, that's where she originated. She was the world or the women's champion. And some douchebag reporter tried goading her about trans people.
Yes, I saw that.
It's just going. I gotta get texts from people who are supposedly well-meaning about. Oh, I care about women's sports now, even though they make up 0.0001%. And all Dawn Staley of women athletes, all Dawn Staley said was, of course they can play because of course they're fucking women. Trans women are women.
Yes.
And it's really just blowing my mind how many people, both personally, professionally, politically, just are obsessed and have this creepy obsession with trans people. And none of them have ever had any interaction with them.
Right.
I have actually gone on a date with a trans person. It didn't work out, but I was just like, that was it. I'm not gay now. They're fucking people. They're women.
Amen to you. And you sound passionate. Good for you.
I don't preach to the choir, but it just all right, thanks, man.
No, look at that. That's a beautiful call. I mean, that's a beautiful person out there who has empathy, and you can look beyond just your little tiny world to see that there are other people out there that are not just like you, and that's the problem with that report.
The women's game, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but the women's basketball game was way more entertaining than the men's one, and I've never really watched women's sports. I just watched because it was good, and it was a great game, and just let them just shut the fuck up. Let these people do what they do, and let them live their fucking lives. They have the highest suicide rate.
Yes.
For Christ's sake, they're people.
Well, apparently the guy and Sam Cedar's show covered this, by the way, and I thought they highlighted it very succinctly.
Sam Cedar sounds like a sperm donor.
Easy. But this is the whole thing with that reporter. He's this right-wing lunatic who works for some right-wing sports organization. And he asked it's all about this framing. They frame it. There's a lot of conversation about, trans women in sports. Only from you. Only by you nut bags. No one fucking cares or thinks about it. It's not really a significant, in any way, portion of the population that plays sports and college. It's like, it's not a thing that you need to think about or worry about. So all you're doing is wedging an issue to make to get people to look at your garbage, right?
And they don't even care about women's sports.
No, of course not. They don't. All they care about is their numbers and their.
It's just, of course, yeah.
Listen, we need to change the mood. What's your name again, pal?
But thank you for letting me.
Excuse me. What's your name?
I'm Tom.
Tom, you're the greatest. You know that?
Tom. Tom.
Yeah, Tom. Tom?
I'm sorry?
Tom. P-O-M. Tom.
Tom. T-O-M.
P-O-M.
Tim with an O.
I get the name. And that was Tom.
Z-O-M. Tom.
I just want to say I love you and I value your passion and your moral sense, your ethical compass is right on the money. And God bless you and continue to encourage and be a light of enlightenment to the community around you.
A, B, C, D.
Yes. Tom, we love you. Take care, buddy.
Take care.
All right. Is he okay? Yeah, he's okay. Right? I love Tom. Tom, all the best. We're going to change the mood. Oh, literally changing the mood. because we're about to see something truly special.
Hold on, wait. That's way too dark. What happened? How's that?
I can't see shit.
Alec, is that working for you?
We're creating a haunted house back here.
No silence allowed.
We are joined in
That's why.
studio by Larry Goldings and Melinda Sullivan, who are going to do an absolutely charming jazz and tap dance performance. And then we'll, just so you guys know, we're going to take a little break afterwards. We're going to talk to you. Lance has got a phone call to get yelled at by some network executives for making hats, which I think should be legal. I think that's your First Amendment right. Yeah. And then we'll come back and talk to you guys, and then we'll maybe get another tune performance from them later. Without further ado, Melinda Sullivan and Larry Goldings. All right. We'll be back in a few.
Who's all got the full show yet? Come on already. Go get the full show at www.patreon.com/officehourslive. Patreon.com/officehourslive. get the full show, get the full show, get the full show. Go, 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 go. Go get the full show. At patreon.com/officehourslive, hurry up and type into any web browser patreon.com/officehourslive. Go ahead and get the full show, become a patron. Have fun, have laughs, have the full show. A yeehaw to all of y'all.
The London Boys. Und Sie werden es nicht glauben, sie kommt tatsächlich aus London. Mit I'm Gonna Give My Heart. London Boys.
The London Boys. Thank you very much.
Using crack and cocaine to get high. That's what you say you know. But it's really insane. You could die. What are you thinking of? 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind. Just a snort or a smoke in your greed, that's all you care about. But your life is a joke, and you need someone to help you out. Naya. 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the second half of Office Hours. Apologies. I've got taping. Got to tape my head here. Tape my neck.
Guess who's back?
That was great, Vic. What, can you tell us a little bit about the break video today?
Break video, I think it was like the Johnson brothers, I believe their name was. And then the ending, yeah, I mean, that's just a beautiful performance there. But the ending
that whole
was,
set looks amazing.
McGruff.
And I noticed that the guitar player, check him out, he's playing it wrong. Like he's
got it totally upside down.
Like he's holding it like, unless he's like a Jimi Hendrix.
He's the Jimi
style
Hendrix of
player.
guitar.
That's funny.
That's very hard to play
And he's like
backwards.
not even playing.
Yeah, he's definitely not playing. But then that was McGruff the Crime Dog singing about crack and cocaine.
If you're joining us live, we are this half of the show in the replay will be under patreon.com/officehourslive. So join that community now.
Now I'm getting excited.
Thank you. And later in the show, Doug's got a game for us. Guess the lyrics. I think we'll play some a cappella lyrics, and we'll have to guess what the people are saying. That should be fun. Vic's got a new guy, and I'll tell you about the new pet we have at the Heidecker household.
Oh, that's breaking. Breaking news.
I used my cough box. But
You did? It goes. Yeah. There's also 9 other mics in here.
I know.
No, it's okay, Vic. My new mission is to love and forgive you no matter what you do.
You. Thanks. Thank you.
Tim, can you give me a hint? Is the pet a mammal?
We're gonna get into it right now.
wow.
I was trying to introduce my musical guest to talk to them.
Just a yes or no, and then we can get into it later.
Maybe let them guess when you introduce.
That's okay. You don't know. You don't know your biology.
No, I do know that it's not a mammal. Okay.
Okay. I kind of thought maybe it's not a mammal.
Actually, I think that's going to not necessarily. Yeah, I think that's not a big giveaway.
It's going to get us on the track.
Yeah, be on the track. Yeah, it's definitely not a dog or a monkey or a horse.
An aardvark.
No, but let me talk to our musical guest. We were all enamored and enjoyed your performance, Larry Goldings, Melinda Sullivan. See, that's why I have to look at my notes.
It's okay.
That was fantastic. One more time.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Tell us about where do you guys do this? What is this act? How do people see this act?
Well, we have played around LA. We've also done a little bit of touring outside of LA. We played at the Troubadour, some little clubs downtown. We started off we met through Inara George. She was a very
Inara George from
Bird and the Bee.
Bird and the Bee.
Yes.
Inara and I were and are still writing. Oh, this is a good segue from the sperm. A musical about birth control, which we're still putting together.
Oh, cool.
And it's an all female cast, and in one of the versions of the, what do you call it?
Like a workshop.
Workshop. She hired Melinda, who I hadn't known, to both sing and tap, and that's how we met. That was like pre-COVID, and I just couldn't believe how good she was, because I come from a jazz background originally, and she's really like a drummer, like a jazz drummer.
Yeah, fun to play with.
Yeah, really fun to play with. And we just started doing some videos in my home studio, and got great reactions and some.
#1 videos on YouTube.
Yes, that's what I was
most
gonna
views.
Yes,
that's
that's what I was going to say.
250 billion views.
Yeah, which surprised us. And we are trying to put together. In fact, we just made a record. If you can,
Well, wait, time out.
Yes,
What
yes.
is that? Because what
Yeah.
are we listening to?
Good question. And who wants to?
What's it called, Larry? What's the
It's
record
called Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Now you have average sized feet, no? Or are they big for?
Size 10.5.
Wow. Okay.
Go on.
You know what they say about big feet?
Big socks.
Big shoes. I would
Oh,
say.
yeah.
That's also works.
The record is not so much like what we just did. It's not jazz in that sort of typical classic form. It's really like utilizing Melinda as a beat maker, sort of,
cool.
with her feet. And it's actually kind of an electronica kind of record. A lot of analog synthesizers, and doing crazy things. How we record her. We record her in socks, sneakers, a lot of different textures. It's kind of really unique. I don't think
What's
there's
it
anything.
called? It's under your two names?
It's under our two names. It's coming out on Colorfield Records,
Cool.
which specializes in a lot of kind of like sonically pushing the envelope kind of records. So it's
Yeah.
real interesting.
Now, like, are you one of these girls that started tap dancing at like 4 years old and kept doing
That's
it?
exactly right. Yeah. So I started when I was 4. Just.
I guess that like right. I mean, come on, Vic. Is there
Right
a
on the
better
money.
Is there a better interviewer in the biz? I did my research.
Yeah. But yeah, I had a lot of incredible mentors that like introduced me to jazz music and tap dancing as a musical art form. And yeah, it's been such a joy to play with Larry. He's prolific.
I like this guy, Larry. I mean, I never met you. He came in and we just got along right away. We're good friends with, I don't know if you're good friends or friends with, I don't know why I need to qualify friendship with our friend Eliana.
Yeah, well, she knows Ellie. And
She's my friend.
Yeah,
She's
she's
your
really her friend.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't care for Ellie.
I know. Well, we had
No, we've recorded together. You know Ellie.
Yeah, we recorded with Pamplemousse
Right.
together, and she's a wonderful musician.
Speaking of that, I'm thirsty for some LaCroix. Do you have anything?
Yeah.
But yeah, the record comes out later this year. We're really excited about it.
Wow.
and-
Well, I'd love to see what that looks like. The different, because it sounds very different than what you
Very
did.
different. Yeah. In fact, now we're trying to figure out like how do we translate that into a live setting. Which
Right.
You ever think about doing tap and rap?
Trap?
Tap and rap.
It's called trap.
Oh.
Is it?
No, I don't know.
Not what I asked for. This is not what I. We don't have problems.
I've tapped to rap. Yes. I mean
Really?
that's a cool. Yeah. I mean that's kind of the great thing about being a tap dancer is you're a dancer but also a musician. So
You could come in and do a solo on any kind of performance, pretty much.
I've probably danced to most genres of music.
Wow.
Maybe not. No, maybe country. But
Oh yeah, some line dancing. Who's the top tap dancer there is? Is it Gregory Hines?
I mean, Gregory Hines is my favorite for
It's
sure.
the only one I know.
That's a good one.
What
to
about
know.
Fred Astaire or Gene Kelly? Yeah,
Gene Kelly.
Amazing. Yeah.
These
I mean,
these
love
guys just admitted something dark and deep to me.
He's
that
never
they've
seen
n-
Singing in the Rain.
They've never seen Singing in the
I
Rain.
know. I was eavesdropping.
Wow.
And I have to
It's a
tell you,
crime.
I think it's one of the greatest pieces of
It
art
is.
ever made.
He directed that movie.
He directed it.
Wow.
And what's
Yeah.
the other guy in that?
Donald O'Connor. Incredible.
What's his name? Donald O'Connor.
Donald O'Connor.
Holy shit! The stuff.
Make him laugh. It's
like
insane.
stunt. It's almost like stunt work
Yeah.
in the way that the physicality.
Pull it up.
No, you're pulling up Running Scared. Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal.
Yeah, that's the more significant tap dancing movie.
He's
Running
definitely my
Scared.
favorite, Gregory Hines.
Really, he's special.
I
huh?
mean, yeah, R.I.P. But I had a chance to meet him when I was young, and he's the greatest.
I can tap.
I believe it.
I tap danced on the beginning of the Oscar special last year for On Cinema, and it's hard. It's hard to even fake.
Do you have tap shoes?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we got some for the thing. We rented some.
She's also one of the great teachers. She's been teaching at the Colburn School for many years, and she's got tons of students.
Oh, cool.
Of all levels.
You put little bottle caps under your...
Little coins.
Yeah.
Little dimes.
All right, what should we do? We should...
I think we had... One of our Zoomers actually had some questions for Larry.
Oh.
Larry, you're a
Give him a
big
chance.
jazz cat. People,
He's famous.
In the jazz world, you're
He's
the guy.
famous.
Which means in the regular world, you're a nobody.
Nobody.
I don't like jazz.
Parker, you have
I
some
don't
questions
like
for Larry?
classical.
Oh yeah, I do. I'm scared. I'm a long time office hours listener, and I'm nervous.
Well, you
I have
got
a
at
list
least
of
you got the
puns.
fan up there, but
That's just a picture of a fan.
Unfortunately, but
Can you hear him?
I know it's not the real thing. I'm sorry, Tim. Yeah.
Control room, Melinda
I don't-
can't hear the guests.
Oh, am I muted?
No,
No.
it's an issue on Melinda's side. It's her fault.
I mean, you guys can keep.
we'll pass along the question to you.
Jamming
on the one.
So I'm just wondering. It's a question for Melinda too, and Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Larry, I'm a huge fan. I got really into your record with Jim Hall. I transcribed that Somewhere thing, and then the Matt Wilson, so swinging. And
Thank you.
I just I was curious because you both have such an amazing time feel and pocket. If there's like a thing that a mentor of either of yours, if there's like a thing about swing and pocket that just kind of stuck with you, someone said that changed the way that you thought about it. Besides, obviously, like getting into records and playing along with things, there's like an aha moment that someone shared with you.
That's a good question.
Good
I
question.
take it you're a musician.
I'm a piano player.
Oh,
Yeah, I am a
amazing,
musician. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of something specific that somebody said about that. It's a very hard thing to teach.
To talk about.
But one of the things that I remember spending a lot of time doing is, in addition to like transcribing people's notes, and certain people early on, like whose feels that I really loved, like Oscar Peterson was a great early influence, or Errol Garner, just trying to imitate it. Like how can I imitate the feel? What's going on? If anything, I hear people say it's how important it is to relax. Because obviously, I still will find myself rushing and things like that, and that's like a kind of a no-no. It's like if you can really relax and remember that the time is just as important, if not more important, than anything else. Like here, I'm playing like a dual role where I'm my own bass player. So like, nobody wants to be with a bass player that's sort of there and then not, and then weak, and then, so I'm really like, if I have to play simpler up here in order for my time down here to be better, I'll do that. I'll just concentrate on being musical without doing things that might confuse me. That's my approach, because I just think
key is to lock in the bottom.
Yeah.
If the bottom's not there,
it's true.
You're lost.
It's true. So, and I play organ, as you know. So, in the jazz world, an organ role is usually playing one's own bass. So I'm really thinking about myself as a bass player and as a timekeeper, and whatever I can do up here, great. But if I'm taxing my brain a little bit too much, I'm gonna simplify and just concentrate on how it's feeling, But I did have the unbelievable experience of playing with people with great time,
Name names.
Names.
Legends.
Legends. Melinda Sullivan.
John Mayer.
John Mayer, he's got pretty good time. He's got excellent time, John, if you're listening.
Yeah. Hey guys. And you need an organ player?
Steve Gadd, like great drummers. Steve Gadd.
Hey.
Joe Rolex.
Don't know him. Don't know him.
He's got great time.
Rolex. Hey. And that was important from an early, when I was beginning, like especially if you play like great bass players who, like without drummers, playing without drummers is really a good challenge, because then you really have to have a great internal time.
Right.
Maceo Parker, who played with James Brown, I was with him for a long time.
Wow.
And the band can lay out, and Maceo just plays alone, and he sounds like he's got a whole band, because the time is so insane, So I kind of look up to all those kinds of people. What about you and time feel and
Yeah, I mean,
teachers?
kind of everything Larry's saying.
Say it again exactly the same.
Yeah, I challenge you.
But yeah, groove is the most important over like chops. And as a tap dancer, just playing a lot with musicians and playing along to records. Like I listened to a lot of Oscar Peterson growing up and Ella and Louie. So just super swinging the records and like absorbing it until it becomes a part of you. And
you're listening to Oscar Peterson. Vic's listening to Jordan Peterson. That's his problem.
Damn.
But yeah, Larry has incredible time.
tell
So
you,
it's
make
like
your bed.
it's a treat.
Cool. Let's should we
Thank
play
you.
Doug's game? You guys want to play a game with Doug?
Love
This
it.
is a great fun. Since you had no words in your song,
Right.
which I think was a little disrespectful. It was Matchmaker from.
Well, you were supposed to sing.
Oh, by the way.
Well, I have a video when back in the day, Eric and I were if you know at the end of our show, absolutely at the end of our shows.
Sure.
There's other videos from my home movies that we found, and we found this one of my sister, who I love, my younger sister, and it was her at a recital, and she was singing at this recital in the backyard, and my dad or me, I think I'm filming it, and she's 10 or 11 or something like that, kind of an awkward phase, going through braces and stuff, and when you're 10, you're already so kind of frazzled by the world, but she does Matchmaker as her recital performance and gets to the second, maybe the third verse, and it goes south. She loses her. She, poor thing, loses her place, starts repeating the first verse. Something happens where she realizes that she doesn't know how to get out of it. She starts crying, and then she starts laughing, and you can hear me, you can hear me because I think I'm filming. You hear this.
We got to see that clip.
I might have to find it. I'll get permission. I think she would be thrilled to see it.
Patreon.
That's
yeah.
great.
All right, Doug, tell me about your game.
All right, so I just pulled some acapella clips. Some of them I had to extract the acapella from the song because they don't exist. And just see if you can.
Shall we have a Zoomer play with us?
Mambo
see if you
number
could
5.
figure out what they're saying. And I have a lot of them here. I might have to skip through some of these, but
Let's bring in a Zoomer to compete.
Madison, you want to play a game? All right, he's got his gloves on. He's ready.
One of these factory workers, right?
Yep. Oh, you got to mute your stream. Just be on Zoom, please.
Why do you sound like pitched up in this?
There you go. Check.
Are you there?
Madison?
Oh.
He's tapping into the matrix. Madison, can you say a word? Madison does not speak.
All right, let's move on then.
All right, he's tapping away.
What, do you have all your bets on Madison here, Matt?
No, I just
It's a plant.
mesmerized by it. How about Jake Zukowski? You want to play the
Whoa!
game? Oh, we love a Zukowski.
Jake?
Hello,
Hello. Look at this fucking handsome guy.
Hey, I'll take the compliment. I love it. Thank you.
I love this loop.
All right. I know. I'm totally.
Yeah.
What is it? I can't
bed's a
remember who it is.
little loud.
Who is it?
Rusted Root.
Rusted Root. Yeah. Okay, let's play.
All right, I'm going to start off with Heart Shaped Box by Nirvana.
Oh, so we know the song and the artist. Okay.
Yeah.
Meat-eating orchids, forgive no one just yet.
Meat eating orchids, none just yet.
Very close. Anyone else?
Meat eating.
I need another.
Yeah, can we hear one more
Yeah.
time?
I have a whole bunch of this song. I could play another section. I'll play this section.
Meat-eating orchids, forgive no one just yet.
Meat eating orchids.
Forgive
Yeah,
none
meat
just
eating
yet.
orchids.
And what was the second part of it?
That's all I got.
All right.
Well, I'll give you the point. It's meat eating orchids, forgive no one just yet.
Forgive no one.
All right.
Okay, let's try
That's
another
1
section.
point to Melinda.
I'll play another section of that song.
I've been drawn into your magnet pit trap.
I've been.
By the way, beautiful harmonies on this song.
I was going to say, is that him? Is
That's
that
all
Kurt
him.
singing
Yeah.
those harmonies?
One more time.
I've been drawn into your magnet pit trap.
I've been
drowning
to your magnet.
Magnetar.
I've been drawn to your magnet. I
I've
think.
been drawn to your magnet tar pit.
Yeah, tar pit smack.
Tar pit snack. Yeah.
Absolutely. Heroin.
You guys
Absolutely.
got pretty close. I've been drawn into your magnet tar pit trap.
Okay, that's. I don't know how to do points on this because it feels like
Half a
we're
point?
working together.
Yeah,
it's
we're
like
working
us
together.
against
Maybe
you.
it's just okay, let's stay in the genre of grunge, and we're going to go to Pearl Jam.
Oh no.
He can't help when he's happy, looks insane.
You can't help but look when he's happy.
Well, you got to say the whole.
I know. I'm just working it out. Dogran?
When he's happy, looks insane.
Is
He can't help when he's happy. He looks insane.
Say it again.
He can't help look happy. Oh,
we need the full lyrics. Sir.
Dog ran.
I don't like this guy. Dog.
Yeah, there's definitely a Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren.
Sounds like the background vocals are by Satan.
Yeah.
Okay, well, dark grin. He can't help when he's happy. He looks insane.
Okay.
Wait for Doug.
Let's do one more from this song.
Ceilings few and far between, all illegal, all's the same.
Well, I have no idea.
The problem is I don't have the comprehension to remember. Like,
Yeah.
if I was, maybe I had.
Maybe I should I'll do a shorter section
Yes.
Ceiling.
Ceiling.
of it. Oh, good.
Oh,
Okay, we're putting it together.
Okay.
All right. Get me out of this grunge genre. Stresses me out.
All illegal, all's the same.
Oh, the legal halls are same?
After
Between
ceilings.
all the legal halls.
Ceilings few and far between, all illegal, all's the same.
Few and far between all the legal halls are
of
the
fame?
the same.
All the legal halls of shame.
Shame.
Close enough.
Now, do you get this? Can you understand this part?
I also don't understand why Melinda didn't get a point from before.
That's sexist.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, this is kind of fun.
What?
Okay, this is Louie. And I think they recorded the whole song with one mic. This is just kind of interesting. I play some clips from this. So this is the FBI looked into this song for 2 years because parents were complaining and they thought there was sexual lyrics in this song.
You got your share of blood stains. They're like by all snow. They never break how I make it home.
All right. Well, you get the point there, Doug.
Well, I mean, from what I understand, they had no lyrics and they just made them up.
No, it's a cover song. They had lyrics.
For Louie?
Yeah, this is a cover.
Oh.
It's hard to tell because he's having a stroke.
Yeah. Diamonds is wild or home and not.
Okay, he says, a fine little girl, she waits for me. Me catch the ship across the sea.
Oh.
Me sail that ship all alone. Me never think how I'll make it home.
Wow.
Now, the interesting part of this to me is that
Can't wait
they
to
were
find out.
they were looking into this because they thought there was vulgar language, and there is vulgar language in this song. When the drummer screwed up, he
gives you
yelled
an
in obscenity, and I have it right here.
Whoa.
I guess.
He says fuck. Here, listen, you want to hear it?
Oh,
Hear it?
that's what that was.
He screwed up a fill, and he goes, fuck.
Oh, that's
There's also a
awesome.
fuck in Hey Jude. You know about the fuck in Hey Jude?
No.
Yeah, you can hear it. We could probably find it. It's John saying, fucking hell.
But another cool thing about this song is the singer comes in too early, and
really?
this was like a rough, whatever, like a demo, and the producer was like, "This has got this raw feel. We're gonna keep it." But listen to this part. Right there.
I always like that part.
I
was
know.
like,
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay, let's do some REM.
Oh no.
Beside yourself and radiator's gonna stay.
I know the song.
This is their first hit song, Radio Free Europe.
Beside yourself and radiator's gonna stay.
Sign yourself in
the
radius
radius-
is gonna stay. Sign-
No, you want to hear it
The
once more?
radiator's gonna stay?
Beside yourself and radiator's gonna stay.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna
Beside yourself.
Whoa.
Beside yourself, the radiator's gonna stay.
Oh,
that's deep.
Close.
The radio's gonna stay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
Decide yourself if radio's gonna stay.
Oh.
Decide yourself.
That's how the,
Decide yourself if radio's gonna stay.
All right.
I love this song.
Then it
'cause
stays.
The lyrics are
You want me to
super-
decide? It
The
stays.
lyrics are very strange. Let's listen to some more.
Reason it could polish up good grade.
Oh, come on. Is that backwards?
One more time.
Reason it could polish up good grade.
Wow.
That's not English.
That's backwards, you son of a bitch.
No.
Wait, one more time.
Reason it could polish up good grade.
Easily.
Cultured.
Reason it could polish up the gray.
Wow.
Reason it could polish up the gray.
It sounds like some of those AI kind of
Yeah.
translations that you hear.
This is like Doug's revenge for not winning game night.
You guys think I'm so mad? I wasn't. I just wanted it to be fair.
All right, next one.
Well, I got a
taking
bunch
that-
of these
not taking
radio
that
heads. I
bait.
mean, I got a bunch of these REMs. All right, let's try.
Beside the vine,
Wait.
straight off the
I don't know.
Dreidel.
Oh, yeah, it's from their Hanukkah.
All right, that's straight off the boat. All right, let's listen to Radiohead.
Oh no.
Please could you stop the noise and try to get some rest?
Try to stop the noise and try to get some rest.
Please could you
Please could you stop? Could you please stop the noise? I'm trying to get some rest.
Okay, I'll give you the point. Please, could you stop the noise? I'm trying to get some rest.
I think that's what I
he
said.
said.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you.
All right, one more, Doug. I think we have to continue the show a little bit.
I think
Talk
this
about what
makes you look
pet.
pretty ugly.
What pet's upstairs?
Condition makes you look pretty ugly.
One more time.
Condition makes you look pretty ugly.
It almost sounds.
It does sound like he's saying it backwards.
I miss you makes you look pretty ugly.
Okay, listen to it.
Condition makes you look pretty ugly.
A mission makes you look pretty ugly.
Submission.
Ammunition.
Pretty ugly.
Admission makes you look pretty
I
ugly.
think our Zoomer had a.
Submission. No.
Ambition.
Ambition.
Oh,
All right, very challenging stuff. That's tough.
Doug wins by a wide margin. 7.
I don't think this was fair.
It wasn't me.
Harder than the British show.
It wasn't
Only
me
Connect.
versus you guys. It was just.
win
I
a mug.
thought it was just to be fun thing to listen to.
You win a
really.
new Office Hours mug. Congratulations.
I wasn't trying to win a game there.
I wanted to before any guesses on the pet? Any guesses on the pet?
Is it reptile? That's my guess.
No.
Fish.
Oh.
Not a fish.
Wow. Very good
Not
guess.
mammal.
You have an amphibian up
Oh
there.
my God.
Not mammal.
Don't tell
not
me you got
fish.
a bird in a cage.
Oh no.
Of course. No. No bird in the cage.
You got a frog.
Nope.
A snake.
Nope.
Well, that's
That
a
would be
reptile.
reptile.
Oh.
That is
No
a
fish, no reptile. Oh, the
Oh,
only
I
thing
see.
left is an amphibian.
A lizard.
Yes.
A bird. Did we say bird?
Chinchilla?
He said no bird.
Oh, no.
No.
Wow.
All right, moving on. I had to go all the way. Let me tell you.
Hell,
A toddler.
I had.
a Tamagotchi.
I had. You're not gonna guess it in a million years.
Okay.
Crickets.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe it's an insect. You have a
What?
Yeah.
or an arachnid.
What'd
Is
you
it-
say?
Is it?
Well, that was from Benmo in the chat. Says crickets.
Oh, so it is the
Is it
smart folks out there.
tarantula?
It's close. You're close. You're in the. you're in-
Taranch.
Nope.
Butterfly.
A hissing cockroach.
Maybe it's
cockroach.
Cockroach.
We got.
I have those at my
My
house, too.
daughter is doing a science experiment for school. Has created a maze, a Lego maze, and has got. We went to the pet store yesterday and bought 25 large cockroaches that we have a terrarium for.
Wow.
And she's like, I love cockroaches.
How old is she?
Wow.
She's 30. She's 10. Yeah.
Cute.
So she's very happy with
just
her.
Killed one last night. It's awful. I don't know what
You
else.
can go upstairs and kill 20 if you like. We only need one.
You know what? It came out and it was in the bathroom and I went to the sink and then it was just looking at me and I turned the water on and it ran away and down the drain and it's like I don't know. What are you supposed to do?
That doesn't mean you killed it.
Well, I
by the
know.
way.
That's the thing. Yeah, it might come back.
Yeah.
but I don't know. I feel bad killing them, but they're gross.
The other thing that happened yesterday was I had to drive all the way into like the heart of Hollywood, which really stresses me out. I don't like going over there. And on the way back, though, I've noticed a lot of billboards, a lot of promotion for things. Found the worst band name I've ever heard of. Maybe one of the worst band, except maybe Uriah Heep. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, I do not like that.
Jizz and Jazz.
Close, really close. Cigarettes after sex. Doesn't that blow?
I bet there's fans in the chat.
Has anyone ever heard of this group? Have you?
I've heard of them.
They're playing some big arena. They're making it. They're doing great. They're not worried. Maybe they're French. Find out about this band.
Annie, you want to defend them?
I haven't heard a note. So
now you have.
Our old pal Annie Sway will defend them.
Annie, what? This is not.
That's
cigarette.
not it. It's Andy Van Warmer.
They kind of look like creeps. Look at these guys.
There's
Well,
definitely
I think
some.
what their songs do well is like they convey this vibe, right? This like
Oh, I don't know. Don't say right because I don't know anything about them.
hazy vibe. We just heard a couple clips.
I didn't hear much. I'm not gonna. Well, anyway. So thank you, Annie. They're playing in town apparently at some fucking arena. So they're huge.
What was the
Cigarettes
other thing you
after sex. So then I saw the worst movie title I can remember. What do you think is
Sex after cigarettes.
No. The bad movie title is some kind of action movie coming out called The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Huh? Look at this poster. Do we have a poster of the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare? Who got? Who are the ad wizards that signed off on this?
Rolls right off the tongue.
How are you going to remember the ministry? I did deep because I remember I like made a note like that's the worst. I got to talk about that tomorrow. And then I got home and I couldn't remember, and I had to look through all the movies coming out. Look at this, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Back to the drawing board. Call it the Ministry of. I don't know. I don't have a better. I'm not saying I have a better idea right now, but what are they trying to be? The Inglorious Bastards?
It's called like Gun Guys or something.
Gun Guys.
Somebody had a funny comment here. Burgers after toilet. That would be a good band name.
Toilet after burgers.
Yeah, it would be probably toilet after burgers.
Ah, Lord. All right, let's talk to somebody. Let's get the hotline going.
Yeah, the hotline.
Unless we cleared them.
There's a couple left. Alex? You on the hotline there, Alex?
Alex Van Halen.
Hello?
You're on, Alex.
I was wondering what everyone's favorite fears are.
Yeah.
Favorite fears?
What do you mean favorite?
Yeah, what do you mean
favorite fears?
I don't know what you mean
I
because
think it's up to interpretation to some degree.
Mine would be Tears for.
there's
Tears
nothing
for
favorite about
fears.
fears, man.
That's
Fears
kind of
suck.
Tears for fears, bro.
What do you got?
Tears for fears.
You got
Great
something?
fear.
Woo, baby, that's spooky.
I like that. That's what I'm
I
talking
mean,
about.
like the kind of scared that is fun. Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, I think that's probably like the best way you can interpret it.
Is this
Like,
Alec or
don't
this
know.
is Alec our intern? He's outside on the phone.
I mean, I would if you're gonna go that way, I would say roller coasters,
Yeah.
wooden roller
There you
coasters,
go.
Yeah.
like old wooden coasters,
Old broken roller coasters,
That's what I was
missing
gonna say.
bolts.
Yeah.
I have those classic dreams of like you're in a play, and you right before you get on stage, you realize you've never learned your lines.
Oh, I have them every night.
Yeah. So there must be some kind of fear that I have of being completely unprepared and
Yes.
you know.
Those are not good. That wouldn't be one of your favorite fears. We're
I have a
getting
good
into actual
favorite.
fears.
I have a
Apparently
good
it is
favorite
if you
fear.
have a lot of things.
How about like approaching a group of teenage boys? You have to walk past them. Something. It's not like my deepest fear. It's just like a favorite fear.
Like
They're
as
gonna
you
say
mean
something. They're gonna bug
you mean
me.
as an adult, like
Yeah, as an
that
adult
you were
walking
going to
past.
be harassed by these
Right.
kids.
Did you get beat up at one time from a group of kids?
Were you bullied?
Were you bullied?
Let's unpack this.
Let's get to the bottom of this.
Seems like you're.
They're
bored.
just scared. It's a scary
I would-
group. It's a scary group of
Teenagers are
guys.
scary.
I wouldn't mind a nice dream or a nightmare where the world's ending and everything's gone to hell. Then you wake up and you're relieved. Relieved. That it's not.
Then you're in this perfect world.
Yeah, where that could never happen.
Nothing could ever happen like that.
All right, great question. Right?
Appreciate it.
Actually, that could be a good name for that movie. Favorite fears.
Favorite fears.
That would be better.
What is that called? Final Destination? Is that what you were just saying?
I don't know. I haven't seen that. Oh no, I've seen Final Destination.
Should talk to Freddie on the hotline.
Yeah, Freddie. Oh.
Freddie, you're on the air.
I have a fear of my
I think
sperm
Lance
being
is getting,
rejected.
Lance is getting his ass reamed on the phone.
I have a fear of being tap danced on.
Yeah.
to death.
Yeah.
You can make that.
So,
come true
Freddie.
today.
I think that's a favorite fear of many people.
Hey, man. You're my favorite comedian, man.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Oh, Tim.
I couldn't do it without
So,
Doug and Vic behind me.
Hey, I like those guys too, man. So are you going to party at Coachella this weekend or what?
Hell yeah. Dude, I'm getting there 9 a.m. and I didn't even know Coachella was going on.
Who's Coach Ella?
Yeah, you got
She
Jo-
just
you got
won the big
Doja
basketball
Cat.
tournament.
Who's the headliner?
You got Blur. Tyler the Creator.
You got cigarettes
Doja Cat?
after sex?
Is Little Yachty performing? Because then I'd be interested.
No doubt. The reform.
There's actually I saw on the smaller print. There's
Smash
a DJ
Mouth?
called DJ Seinfeld.
DJ Seinfeld.
I've heard of
Oh,
that.
DJ Seinfeld.
I heard Smash Mouth is going to be headlining. Oh, did you hear about this? That I didn't realize
Are you ever
this.
going to make Beef House again?
Huh?
Are you ever going to make Beef House again?
No, sir.
Asked and answered.
No. There's
like
some
that?
demand from a very small group of people, not enough to elicit the appropriate funds to make more of that show. But I didn't realize. Speaking
Well, you
of
gotta
bands,
talk to that Lynch guy.
What
So-
now?
no, forget him.
Drop him.
Freddie, you're the best.
Hey, love you guys.
Bye, Freddie.
I didn't realize this. Speaking of bands, that Matt Berry, you know Matt Berry?
Love him.
Yeah, very funny guy. Matt Berry was in Blues Traveler.
What?
The band? Look at this. Do we have footage of this?
Oh yeah, let's pull that up.
I'll say yeah.
I went to college. I went to college with John Popper, the lead guy.
What was he a nice guy?
Oh yeah,
talented guy.
very.
I'm not a big fan of the music, but what a voice. No, but I just yeah, there you go.
He was in the band.
Boy, could he play the harmonica like anybody else?
he can honk away.
Like nobody else, I should say. Look at this. Matt Berry's back there on guitar.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. What the hell? Oh my God.
Yeah, no. You know, keep playing, but.
How did you start watching that?
He's on an episode of Curb this season.
Popper?
Matt Berry.
Matt Berry.
Matt Berry. Yes,
Oh, there he is.
Look at Matt Berry.
Wow.
I don't remember being in Blues Traveler.
Now, did John
Look
Popper
at
bring
there he
the?
is.
That's out. Wow.
Did he bring the amyl nitrate to the parties in college?
No.
Vic gets it.
No, I read in recent years he travels with
Blues.
swords and guns.
Really?
Yeah.
Swords.
Swords.
So he's
a big sword guy.
Sword traveler.
And guns.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got his harmonica vest and then his sword.
Swords. Yeah, he's got a sword in every key.
But if he's like, all right, here we go, folks. I'm ready to play the harmonica. Wow! I cut my face. I brought the wrong vest with me.
Grabbed the wrong thing.
There's so many harmonicas. He saw that clip of, you ever see that clip of Dylan doing Joker Man on Letterman? And he comes out with it's the amazing performance because he's got this punk band behind him and his pickup band. But he comes out for the harmonica solo and it's the wrong key.
Oh.
And Popper must have seen that and said, I want to have all the keys on me at all times.
Right. Wow.
Wow.
That song is so weird. What's the song called? The song that they were just playing here?
The Hook?
The Hook.
It's
I think it's a good
real
song.
meta.
But
like
it
a
doesn't
ballad
get
of
to the
songwriting.
It doesn't get to the chorus for so long.
And then there's that big breakdown. The
Play
rap.
that part. It's very weird that that was popular music.
That.
There was a mode of singing back in that day, like Counting Crows, these guys, and maybe somebody else that I can't remember. There he goes.
Is it after this?
I don't know.
Scat part?
Is it after this, Vic?
It's after this.
Are you putting bubbles
I'm
on
doing
there?
Popper. He's
Bubbles.
they're popper and they're popping.
And it's he's very, very talented.
Oh, here it is.
I got bubbles.
Hold on, you just talked over it. Hold on, back it up.
Oh, yeah,
Take it
here
in,
it
take it in, take it in. I get Stern can't help but laugh.
Stern's loving it.
Take it in, take it in, take it in, take it in.
We should have done this as the lyric game.
Yeah.
Does
Suck
Stern
it
like?
in,
Does
suck
Stern
it in.
straighten his hair out for that?
Take it in, take it in, take it in.
For this era?
That's just a... That guy's got a voice, though, I have to say.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hear all that.
Yeah.
It's like Eddie Van Halen on the harmonica is not the
That's
best.
a lot of notes.
It's fun once, and you're like, that's cool. I never seen anything like that before, and then you never want to hear it again.
We got into some of his
A
cameos.
lot of the
on
bands in that
half
era
track.
were doing that stuff, Tim. Like Dave Matthews, he's got some scat kind of stuff. in his
Right,
songs,
and Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah.
Totally. Scatting is tricky. That's a tricky thing.
It's good when white guys do it.
Especially good. Yeah. Oh.
The best.
You gotta
Take
check-
any final zooms before we wrap things up? Because I think I want to end with a command
tune,
performance,
right?
command
Yeah.
encore.
iPhone boy, you got something to say?
Can I ask a question about the tap shoes
Yes.
before the end of the show?
You can ask it right now, friend.
Now, do they have like bass ones and
different tone,
like
different
different
pitches?
tones? Is there a way to get some different pitches?
Yeah.
Or have
So
you ever,
I don't know if there's a camera here. These are actually some very old pairs, but depending on how much leather you build up between the shoe and the tap can change the tone.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it depends depending on how tight you screw your taps.
You can tune it like a
yeah,
drum.
you can kind of tune it. I do like a thinner piece of leather here because I just like to be closer to the floor and not have like ankle weights on. But a lot of people really build up their taps to have like a deeper, bassier sound.
No, I'd get blisters right away if I tried that, I think. Especially with you got socks on under there?
No, it's really gross.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gross.
Wow.
no, what if you
Don't
put
smell
on,
it.
What if you put on some like Uggs? Can you get some like nice fat bass sounds or what?
Yeah, I mean on the record, I wear like some Doc Martin boots.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it just has to have some sort of heel. An Ugg doesn't. It's just flat, so that'll give you some shin splints.
You ever do any tapping with like puddles and water and stuff like
Yes.
that?
Mhm.
Well,
Recording that?
The shoes get
Singing in
rusty.
the rain?
We did,
Yeah,
on,
that's what
we
I
did
say,
on,
yeah.
On the record, we have some
Oh, there's
water.
Oh,
Got
it is
some
on the
water on the record.
All right, who's on Zoom? iPhone boy?
Yeah, iPhone user. Yeah, iPhone boy. Yeah.
Am I iPhone boy?
I don't know. You tell me.
It's your name. It's your username, boy.
I don't know. I think
What are you holding
Apple
traffic
set that
back
up.
there?
I'm trying to. I'm not doing a good job. I wanted to follow up. I think a guest last week had brought up the origin stories of some of the drops. I had a drop. I'd like the origin story of it, if that's possible.
Do our best.
Y'all used to play it. It was very funny. It sounds like it's like a live band. The lyric is "Hang me out to dry." Really poorly sung.
I
Someone's,
got
like,
it.
straining their vocals.
I have that.
On the topic of Nirvana, right?
That is Nirvana.
Oh, yeah,
it
that's
is
a
Puddle
of Mud.
Speaking of puddles, that's Puddle of Mud singing. Let me see if I can find it. Puddle of Mud singing. Wait, here it is. It's
That'd be a
Puddle
good
of
one
Mud
to-
doing a Nirvana cover that went kind of viral. Cause
I felt bad for that a little bit because, you know, that guy was just trying his best.
He's like
He's just going for it.
he's trying better
and
than
then
his
got
best,
goofed on.
maybe.
It's funny.
It is funny. Oh, no. You know what I saw that I was very impressed with? There was this thing on PBS where they were giving Elton John and Bernie Taupin this George Gershwin Prize, I think, songwriting prize.
Oh, yeah.
And they had all these bands come out, and Metallica came out and did "Funeral for a Friend," "Love Lies Bleeding," the opening song from Yellow Brick Road, and they killed it.
Wow.
It was so cool. Matt, I think you'd even like it.
Even me.
Like, that song is very proggy and heavy and orchestral, and like it was really cool.
Wow.
I like that.
Sounds terrible.
I don't want to hear it.
I love Elton John. You like Elton John?
Yeah, sure.
The best.
I was
His first album's his best album.
It's not. Get out of here with these people. Their best album.
Listen to Valhalla. Valhalla's the best song he ever recorded off that first album.
This
It's an
guy,
incredible album.
That's another classic drop, the Elton John,
That's what
the
I'm
one that
looking for
sounds like
right
Uncle
now.
Phil.
Oh, that one. Yeah, well, I got to find that one. I know what you're talking
What is he?
about.
It's Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
He was so happy. Where Elton was sitting there. Everybody was playing his songs. He's in his pink suit. And he's just
Aw.
beaming. He's such a sweet guy.
How old is he?
He's like in his 40s, I think.
He's a little older than your
You know,
daughter.
when you ask how old anyone is, I just am going to do a joke.
Great.
But he's got to be 70-something. He looks great. Bernie's up there. Bernie Taupin. He didn't have to do anything. His job's done. Wrote the words.
Oh, I think I found the video.
I like I'm Still Standing, but some of that stuff is like, I got to cut it from the airwaves. Crocodile Rock.
Yeah, I hate Crocodile Rock.
You know, Bernie Taupin would give him just sheets of lyrics.
Yeah,
That's how the song started.
I know. Wow.
And he would write music to the lyrics. And he'd do it really quickly as well.
I would do this bit, and the audience might know this, but I would do this bit where an alternate version was Bernie Taupin would record songs and send them to Elton, and then Elton would discard the music. And so you'd have...
Taupin would write the music too? Oh, that's it. I see.
Blue Jean, baby! Hey, lady! Seems to us for the band. And you're like, all right, Bernie, let me take another pass at the music. Pretty good bit I did with Greg Turkington.
That's good.
Okay?
That's good.
Okay.
All right. It is poor Lance. I hope he's okay. He's
Getting
fine.
reamed
He's
still.
getting.
Does he know he can come back in?
He does.
Maybe he
wanted
doesn't.
to.
I mean, he does. Maybe he's just choosing not to. Maybe he's just.
Alicia, can we get a report?
Yeah, Alicia, what's happening with Lance?
Does he look like he's crying up there? He's probably still on the phone. He wanted to come back.
No, that's okay. We had enough of him.
We're gonna get another tune from our pals.
We are gonna get another tomb. Is this a tomb? Believe me. Are we set to see feet?
Let's do a proper.
Oh yeah,
adjustment.
Tim, good job with the
Hey,
grabbing
thanks,
the
Doug.
camera. I noticed.
I just panicked.
You had to take
I
initiative.
panicked. I said, "Who's got a shot of the feet?"
Yeah, because some of these performances, I'm like, let's do some camera work.
Well, we're short-staffed today.
Are we saving Rex for next week?
Rex who?
Oh, recommendation.
Oh yes, we
Let's
do
do a
have to do
Rex.
that. We're going to go a few minutes long to make time for Rex and the performance. I'm sorry to do this to you. Short notice, but we love to get recommendations. We built a place called the Rec Center. It's a website that has all our recommendations every week. Everybody goes around and just recommends something. A piece
Something
of
you're
music,
watching,
a movie, a
listening
show,
to,
whatever.
yeah.
So you don't have to go first because we just threw it at you. Doug, do you want to go first?
I'll go first. This is a book called The Four Agreements. Do you know about this?
No.
Vic might like it. It's kind of a
Yeah.
self-help kind of book.
Okay.
I read it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did you think?
I read it like 15 years ago,
Right.
but
Okay, The Four Agreements.
The Four Agreements.
Who's it written by? Do you know?
uh,
OJ Simpson.
it's a self. Yeah, it's like a self. It's a self.
The four agreements are: be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally.
Personally.
Don't make assumptions, and always do your best.
Right.
Make
like
your
that,
damn
right?
bed.
Yeah.
Vic?
That's nice. There's this Chrome extension called Unhook, and it's for YouTube, and you can just make it so you don't have all the shitty recommendations. You can just make it so it's just the video screen on your browser. It's awesome.
There you go.
And you can set it. You can get rid of the comments, or you can leave some things. if
Wait,
you
for
want.
like YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube.com. Yeah.
It's a YouTube Chrome extension.
It's a Chrome extension for based on YouTube, just called Unhook.
I got you.
I like my
sent me down the
algorithm.
wrong road because I put on this ad blocker, and now like half the sites I go to are like You need to disable
Yeah,
ad block.
it's
I'm
worth
like,
it, though. It's
We
worth
didn't do
it.
Vic's new
Not.
guy.
I'd rather look at
yeah,
ads.
Vic's new guy.
Vic's
But
new
we'll
guy next week.
We'll save him for
Matt,
another
any
time.
recs from you?
The new that's the John Lurie Painting with John soundtrack recently.
cool.
came out. Very good stuff.
No one's recommending Spermworld. Interesting. Okay.
I do recommend it.
I definitely recommend Spermworld.
Yes, we all. That's
Check it
that
out
should
on
be
Hulu
a
or
choice.
Disney
without
Plus.
saying.
There you go. My recommendation is a piano player. Maybe you guys know this guy, Phil Cook.
Oh.
Phil Cook, All These Years is the album. Ellie turned me onto it yesterday. Very pretty. Very. You put it on, and your mind goes very much at ease. Any recommendations from you?
I'll recommend. Some people might know about this. Radio.com. It's like,
I love radio.
I love radio.
It's the best.
Yeah, so for people wondering, it's
an app.
basically it's an app. You can also do it on your computer. A map of the world, and then little buttons that are decades of since recorded music, and you go to a decade and you go to a part of the world, and it just starts to stream.
Yes.
I think it's very well curated somehow, and you can just get turned on to music from anywhere, from
So
any.
cool.
So cool.
So cool.
What's your
Great recommendation.
go-to country and?
I might go to Brazil.
Yeah.
Like from the 40s on, 40s through the 70s, 80s. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm more of like
That's my
a
favorite.
Norway in the 90s kind of guy.
I love
good music.
Lithuania in the 1612.
Yes. The recording quality is not so good though. 1600s.
What do you got, Melinda?
Trader Joe's has a really good frozen kimbap.
Ooh.
Check it out.
Kimbap. What's kimbap?
Yeah, what's
It's
kimbap?
like a rice roll.
Oh,
There's like
yeah.
tofu
It's
and
impossible to get.
It's like really hard to get, but if your Trader Joe's has it, buy a lot of them.
Trader Joe.
All right, so yeah, do whatever you need to do. I was trying to help. Now this is a treat for us Beatles freaks. We won't say the song, but we'll let you take it away because there's nothing more. When I hear jazz, I think of one band, the Beatles. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week. We have a confirmed guest next week. I know we have somebody that's confirmed, but we don't want to announce yet, do we?
Who is next?
A tease.
Oh no, we can say, yeah.
What documentary?
Yeah, the great Kate Berlant.
Kate
returns.
Berlant returns. That's right. Look at that. Total
It'll be
shock.
so much fun.
Talk about her one-woman show, Kate, and much more.
Smash it.
I saw
All right.
it.
Yeah.
I saw her show.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for coming in. This is a real treat. So fun to talk to too. And Lance Oppenheim, check out his Spermworld now on Hulu.
I write just for you, but others hearing this may find things they would argue.